Grandpa dead?
No, sweetie. We have to wait. Well, what I meant to say is that Grandpa...
Your drink, sir.
God bless the work you do here.
How can you drink at a time like this?
This is a very trying time for this family. Need you make it more troublesome?
She wasn't raised in the house. How would she know how to behave?
That's because you forced my mother out.
I can't help that your father had sex with a hired help, but I could help where they lived. Besides, it looks like you've done fine for yourself and you've still managed to squeeze yourself back in.
I wouldn't even be a part of this family if he wasn't so unhappy with you that he went to my mother.
You're no more part of this family than she is. She slept with my father for money. You hang his past over his head for the same thing. It's prostitution. I instantly realized I shouldn't have said that.
For next time, then.
Well, I guess the dimwit knew how to call that.
You know what? All right. I'm sorry. You know, like I'm still around here.
Will you stop fighting? Well, here you are, my loving family. I've been wanting to talk to you all for some time, though I wondered how that could happen, given that none of you can stand being in the same room with each other. A trip to the doctor's office has given me the answer. I've spent my life building Great Oaks Manor, and you want it. Down the hallway there's a door. It's the only door that's closed. And behind that door is a room. And in that room is the most beautiful thing that God has ever made. And whoever cares for it will be the successor of Great Oaks Manor. Except you can't open the door.
How are we supposed to know what's behind the door?
Ask and it will be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will open.
I've never been so proud of my Mexican heritage. I think he got me sick. What's old sickness disease anyway?
Can you imagine being married to that
It
man?
was all of 3 years. People serve more time for tax evasion.
I wonder what happens to his will in the event he loses his mind.
I wonder what's behind that door.
The one thing I've always appreciated about your father is well-stocked liquor cabinet.
Well, while you were dancing with Louis XIII, I had to hear from Anna Sophia that it was my fault she didn't get into Stanford, and Darla tried to convince me that I was mildly retarded.
I wonder what could be in that room. I sat through that whole boring dinner and no one said a word about it.
Your grandpa says a lot of things in his old age, sweetie. It's just his way of saying I love you.
It's just his way of saying I'm crazy. I went right up to that room after dinner. There's nothing in there.
No one was supposed to go in that room.
I thought it was the bathroom.
What if you were found out? You could have cost us everything.
I wasn't found out. You make it sound like I'm an adulterer.
But what if somebody heard the door squeak and saw you run off?
How do you know the door squeaks? Darla might be onto something. You could be mildly retarded.
Wait, so there was nothing in there?
No, honey, I think your mother's right. Your grandpa might be crazy.
What are you doing? You're not gonna open that door, are you? Because that would ruin our chances at getting the money, right? And I really, really need that money. Good. I'm off to bed then.
Sleep tight.
You're a pretty good swimmer. Oh, thanks. Of course, I didn't have a pool like you did growing up.
Oh, we don't have a pool. We used to, but Mom kept falling in at night. Now we have a garden. So, what are we exactly? Are we sisters?
Technically, I'm your aunt. Why did you think we were sisters?
Well, because you're really pretty like my grandma. My real grandma.
You don't have to be nice to her. She won't be here long.
Excuse me.
It's a test.
Whoever gains control of Great Oaks Manor is one who has controlled themselves. We know you don't come from a background of self-control, so I'm simply letting a family member know that they don't have to pretend to be nice, because I'm sure you'll fail.
Maybe you'll take this better coming from a non-family member. If you were to open that door and look inside, you know what you'd find? Nothing. And everyone knows it. Even your mother. Everyone except for you.
What is it?
I wanted to ask you, what's behind that door?
I told you.
But what is it?
Why don't you open it and see?
You told us not to, and everyone wants to know who you're gonna pick, and it's killing them. If you would just tell us, all of this would stop.
What would stop?
All of this fighting! I hate it!
Tell me, Reagan, if you're in charge of Great Oaks Manor, what would you do? What would you do with all that money?
I would divide it up and just give everybody half.
Why would you do that? You think everyone deserves their fair share?
If that's all they want, then let them have it. Then they'll use it all, it'll be gone, and all of this will just be over.
You think this will make them stop fighting?
We have to do something.
What if I say okay to that? Everyone gets their fair share, but you get nothing at all. What then?
Deal. Deal. I want them to stop.
Then, Reagan, I think it's time that you went to that door.
Wait, I can open the door?
Just do as I said. You have already accomplished the first part on your own. Ask, and it will be given. Seek, and you will find. Knock. And the door. And in that room is the most beautiful thing that God has ever made.
Honey, I'm sorry. I told you there was nothing in here.
That's it! That's it! Every one of you guys came in here by yourself! You didn't see anything because you were alone! Ah! It's us! It's you! We are what you were talking about! Family is the most beautiful thing that God ever made. I mean, no one's more surprised than I am, but it's true! It's us! Grandpa, that's what you meant!
That is what you saw, because that is what is in your heart.
Okay, look, I don't get it, but I need it on your honor that there'll be no more running.
What is going on?
Reagan will be the sole successor of Great Oaks Manor. Money will come and go and live on elsewhere. But family is the key to a truly rich life. And the steward of that wealth will know a value far beyond rubies and pearls.
You already started liquidating?
Case in point.
But Grandpa, I don't know how to run an estate.
That's true. Don't worry, we'll take care of all this in court after you're gone. We're sure gonna miss you.
Oh, dry your eyes. All I said is that I wanted to talk to everybody when I got back from the doctors. I never said I was gonna die. Let's go to work.